Are you ready? Let's get it. Yes, Assalamu alaikum, peace and blessings, and keep up the lessons. This is your brother Taalib from the Brother Taalib Show. Tonight I'm doing my in the cryptocurrency segment, and returning back after a good while. I mean, it's been a minute with the crypto, but only thing I can say, because there's a lot of news that's been out there and everything, and like I usually do, I do my recaps on some of the news and just give my own opinions of it and comments on those things that is taking place. So basically, I'm gonna have a good run through some of the news. I'm gonna read on one of the main news that is a good, very very good for the American adoption. Speaking about the Georgia, Georgia having to adopt Bitcoin and mining and all that. So I'm gonna read a little bit of stuff for you for that. But before that, I got some news, some other news before that, of course. And the first news is, I'm gonna give the bad news first, of course, but it's not bad news like overallly for the adoption in the industry of cryptocurrency in this cryptocurrency space. But there's always something negative going on, because there are enemies against the adoption of cryptocurrency. The their fear of that cryptocurrency could take over the legacy wealth that has been established, from back in the day, and how currency used to be with the fiat money and the governments and the people behind it and the high ups and the powers that be that run the money and control the money and distribution of wealth and likes of this. And of course, we know about how Bitcoin came on the scene and kind of like put a glitch in those works. So we're going to talk about a little bit about that, but let's get into first this bad news here. Just give me a sec, click it up. Yeah, okay, here we go. Pretty much, Fitch lowers the 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 El Salvador's um, rating due to Bitcoin adoption. Okay, and it says policy unpredictability and adoption of Bitcoin as a legal tender are part of the reasons why the country has received a downgrade from Fitch or something. Fitch is like a accreditation company. So El Salvador faces another whipping from a traditional finance firm. Finance firm, that's what they are, for its forbidden love to Bitcoin (BTC). American credit rating agency Fitch Ratings has lowered El Salvador's long-term issuer default rating from B to CCC, mentioning policy unpredictability and the adoption of Bitcoin as legal tender as some of the factors that lead to the downgrade. Apart from these, the statistical rating organization explained that reliance on short-term debt on an 800 million euro bond payment due in January 2023 and a high fiscal deficit get in the way of a better rating of the country. Additionally, El Salvador's increased short-term debt is perceived by Fitch to cripple the government's ability to pay its overall debts, which expands the risk of a rollover with nearly 1.3 billion due in August, September, and October. Fitch mentions that financial constraints will be more difficult for the country to deal with. So, according to Fitch, the country also faces increased risk from high and growing finance needs in the coming years. The firm mentions that the country using BTC as a legal tender contributes to uncertainty on a potential program for the International Monetary Fund that could provide the financing that the country needs in 2022 and 2023. So basically, Finch is like, is in cahoots with, these higher ups, as such as the IMF and the International Monetary Fund, which they're like Gustafos that, from my position, this is my opinion, they come in and they want to, kind of, take control of governments and countries and their governments, of course, more or less, with money. With like how this Gustavo people come in and they say, well, we're here and we own this and we own that, and this is our area that we run here. And in order for you to remain here and to function as the IMF do, in order for you to function in the world and still be a country that exists with the GPA, GDP, whatever, gross, what is that? I can't remember. You know what I mean. Anyway, the country's infrastructure is like being, you know, uh, put in a position where they have to rely on the IMF. And the government that runs that country is going to be like, okay, well, yeah, we need this money. We need to, we need to, uh, basically build up our economy in our country, build up our infrastructure. So we need this money. We need this money. So they'll go ahead and take a debt, take a loan from the IMF, and put themselves into debt. And then they own the IMF with interest. And in Islam, from what we know, is not permissible. So that's a problem there. It's always been a problem for many and many, many years for a lot of countries. And a lot of countries are in debt to the IMF because of this. But this is history. You can look it up yourself and check on your own what the International Monetary Fund is for. So they put a pressure on Bitcoin on I notice I said Bitcoin, on El Salvador, because El Salvador adopted Bitcoin as legal tender and made their country to be the country that they would live upon Bitcoin as legal tender. And they couldn't go with that because they know that Bitcoin has what it has and it's doing what it's doing, and they say no, we have to control that. We'll give you Bitcoin, or we'll give you this, or we'll give you that, and keep you running, But that's how it is. So they don't want countries to be able to exist on their own without the help, because then they won't have no function anymore. They have no need anymore to really function. If everybody pulls out and says, okay, we're going to go on our own and we can be independent from this economical fund per se, which is I call it the part of the powers that be. And that's pretty much it. So, but Finch has done what they've done. If you listen to what I'm saying, they're trying to put extra pressure by doing that. And it's sort of, to me, it's like a sanction. It's like a sort of like a sanction. It's like, okay, well, you're not going to pull out and you're not going to resist from, trying to keep up with this Bitcoin thing. So now we're going to show you how we work. And how we work is we lower your standards, we lower your position in the global world, eco world, economy, global economical world front, and you're going to be at the bottom of the totem pole as far as we can control that. But they don't realize that because of their maneuvers, they're putting themselves in good position. And with Bitcoin, even though we know this issue with Bitcoin, but how they have put themselves in a more independent position, and Bitcoin is the future as far as it being the father of crypto and blockchain technology, that was inevitable to happen. It's going to be, they're going to be good. Inshallah, El Salvador will be good, and Allah knows best. But anyway, get back into the other thing. Now, we'll get into the next thing that we have to get into. Hold on, let me get a quick second. Go back. This off. Okay. Alrighty. Right with you in a minute. Okay. So pretty much, what's the things that are going on today is so very, very serious to know that we have like different issues going on. It's crazy. You would think that, okay, well, I just wanna keep on moving and without having any issues. But, of course, in the news, what we got going on today with the SEC, and I'm not gonna talk too much about the negatives, but the SEC is doing their thing to create a new type of situation here too. So we just gotta get in on it, as I'm trying to do right now. They want to move. They want to make their maneuvers as they have been doing to regulate crypto or gain control. As you can see here, U.S. SEC approves new U.S. exchange with blockchain feed faster settlement. So you see there, and also other countries are doing this type of stuff, which I'm going to read something in relation to China right after this one. But this is another what you call adoption of blockchain. It's adding to the blockchain adoption and innovation into blockchain technology that's going to take us into the future with dealing with currency, period, or dealing with money, what have you, monetary level of things on an economical level. So as it says, New York, January, and this is from Routers. John McCrank did it. The other one was, I think it was Cointel, but anyway, can't remember. New York, January 28th, Routers. The U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, late on Thursday approved the country's 17th stock exchange, a subsidiary of Boston-based Box Exchange, that's BOX, which will incorporate blockchain technology. The new exchange, named BSTX, aims to launch in the second quarter, said Jay Frazier, a director. It will initially trade securities such as stocks or exchange-traded funds first listed on its exchange, but those securities will be tradable on rival bourses. I don't know what that means, but anyway. BSTX ultimately aims to expand trading to all U.S. stocks and potentially tokenized securities, Frazier said. Stock tokens are digital versions of equities pegged to the underlying share, usually traded in fractional units. Frazier said the aim is for BSTX to look more like crypto exchanges such as Coinbase, which is and as opposed to traditional exchanges like Nasdaq. So pretty much they're just trying to get in there and get themselves to be able to be a part of the game, and Coinbase and all these other exchanges that are out there now, and I think these are power moves to be made, and that's where all, just with politics that's going on in this case, is maneuvers to prolong process so that things can be done. And Gary Gensler, he's why you can tell the chairman of the SEC how aggressive he is with enforcing, the laws, regulation, the regulatory enforcement, and there's no regulatory clarity, but there's regulatory enforcement, and he's the main one with all his guns out, coming after the people, coming after different, economical, organizations that are dealing, like whether it's in the stocks area, whether it's in the currency, the cryptocurrency, or what have you. Everybody is getting attacked. Those that are out there and those that they are making these suitcases and taking them to court, or sending them letters and warning them like they did to Coinbase. Okay, so basically that's what's going on there. So we'll leave off from that. Go to the next news. Okay, hold on for a second and click that out. Yeah, give me a sec, real quick. Almost there. And so pretty much we going, and with the SEC was kind of good news, in a sense, to say that blockchain innovation is going forth and it's going forward. So the rest of this news is pretty much like good news, tell you about adoption and the whole nine. So here's one that is the one that I really wanted to get into, which is based on the country, in America itself, its adoption as far as one of the states. And the state happens to be Georgia. And it says America's Bitcoin miners see Georgia as the new, let me just get this posted up for you. Hold on for a second. As the new hotspot for, excuse me, sorry, that's the wrong one. For the Bitcoin mining. Okay. But just give me a sec. It's coming up. I'm just trying to get my computer to pull this thing up for you. All right, hold on. Give me a quick minute. Alrighty, it should pop up now. Okay. Oh, there we go. Okay, let me see. go. Alrighty, here we go. So it says America's Bitcoin miners see hotspot, or see Georgia as the new U.S. hotspot. Cheap power for sustainable sources in a friendly regulatory environment are a powerful combination in attracting miners. This is by Josh Saul, and this is from crypto. I think it's from Crypto Georgia, something like that. Crypto business in Georgia. This is one of the news that they had article that I came upon. So let me get through it, get through it, and get to it. Okay. So let's see. When Bitcoin miner Clark Spark Incorporated bought a data center in Atlanta suburb of College Park, the company had a problem. We wanted to switch to a cheaper, greener power provided by Georgia law, but Georgia law wouldn't let them do it. Enter the head of the State Power Board, who stepped in last year and approved a plan under which the old data center would continue buying power for a big utility, while 15,000 mining machines on the same piece of land would be allowed to buy cleaner power. But by a nonprofit generation organization at about half the price. At the end of the day, Georgia wants this business here. And this is from Matt Schultz, CleanSpark's executive chairman, said in an interview. Okay, they've done everything in their power to grow Bitcoin in the state. Now look at that. This is a CleanSpark's. This is called CleanSpark's College Park mining operations, and that's the picture right there. You see in that front. Okay, and the U.S. has become the world's top destination for crypto miners after China banned the energy-intensive industry. As Russia considers doing the same, now hundreds of thousands of mining machines worth billions of dollars are plunging into electrical grids across America, spawning an entirely new industry, complete with new tax revenue for local governments and big profits for many miners, as well as concerns about power use and environmental impact. Some states are working to attract miners, while others have taken a more cautious approach or even pulled up the welcome mat entirely. America's states are all welcome in the business. Georgia has emerged as a go-to for miners, according to Foundry, a cryptocurrency company that also operates Foundry USA, this world's biggest mining pool. Miners in the state were responsible for more than 34% of the computing power in the pool as of January 31st, almost double its share since last year's third quarter. So as you see, they have the chart and they're showing the Foundry. It's a Foundry chart. And it says Bitcoin mining in Georgia was responsible for more than a third of the Foundry's pool's computing power as of January, as they say with this chart. So that's enough to really go into, but to let you know, I mean, we're going places, people. We're really going places, people, with our crypto, with our crypto adoption, and because we have more people that are getting involved in the crypto space, it's becoming more of a want for industry. It's becoming more of a want to companies that, like Foundry or these different people who are trying to bring adoption into America. And this is great. And for me, because I have ideas of, trying to relocate even to Georgia myself, that, it's a good thing. It's a good thing for me to take heed to and take a look at, as far as when I do make my move, that I'm going to be able to go to a place where it's going to give me, the opportunity to invest in cryptocurrency projects even more, depending on how much money at the time that I do have and I can do this, it would just be wonderful, because then I'll have, that legacy wealth that I'm looking for, and trying to do and use, not just for my investments in crypto, but also basically being able to go forward with other aspects of investment, just in the blockchain technology or mining, So basically, I'm really looking really forward to this. It's very, very lucrative, and it has a lot of has a lot of prospects. So basically, this is the other and the last of the news, as it's mentioned in real quick because the time is going by. China, as far as China is concerned, Chinese entertainment conglomerate Tencent has been approved by the United Nations to lead a project exploring the creation of a standard technical and security framework for non-fungible tokens, NFTs, people. And the project, dubbed a technical framework for DLT-based digital collection services, will be the world's first UN-approved standards initiative for NFTs, according to state-owned local media, the UN Agency for Information and Communication Technologies, the International Telecommunication Union, ITU, approved the project, which is expected to complete an initial draft by the end of 2022, according to a report from the South China Morning Post. Currently, any recommendations advised by the ITU only become mandatory and enforceable when nations adopt them as law. The international standard aims to specify the technical architecture, technical flows, functional requirements, and security requirements for the blockchain-based digital collectibles, wrote Tencent in a statement released on Tuesday. It could have, what did they say? It can help drive a consensus and common understanding around the world on the formation of a technical framework for digital collection services. So basically, they're saying that they want to initially, and this is what they did, and they got passed and got it approved by the United Nations to bring about, you know, their NFT projects or their NFT, whatever they're trying to do, program that they're trying to put out there with technology and so forth. But it's not like they're doing it according to how cryptocurrency has allowed this innovation and this industry to start off in the cryptocurrency space with NFTs, and just going crazy and wild. I myself have invested in, and also I have a nice little gift for you guys. Not just a visual gift, something that's nice to look at, and at the end of this video, so that you can get a good, nice leave off on the video. But basically, on the point of NFTs, that the innovation is going forth, and there's so many areas, there's so many prospects and opportunities that, is phenomenal. And the idea is that where it's going, and even dealing in connection with the metaverse, all of that area, that's a whole nother space at the same time. And industry, it's like industry opening up industry, and industry opening up into another industry. It's crazy. Excuse me, it's crazy. And the merging of it. So this is the beauty. This is what I really am excited about. I hope everybody else is excited. But I will be doing other videos introducing, like I said, more about the NFT space and then dealing with how to create NFTs and all that as I'm learning and doing my own. And right now I'm more in the photography area of NFTs, and I'm using open space as the platform or the market space where I'm trying to promote my NFTs for sale. So you can also look at them there. But I'm going to give you a nice little visual slide thing going on right here. So just hang in there with me, and I'll pull it right up, and we're going to leave off with that. Okay, so just hold on and hang in there with me. All right, here we go. All right, so just take a view, and I'm going to cut me off and everything else, so you guys enjoy. All right, just enjoy, and until the next time, I will see y'all soon. Inshallah. Peace and blessings, and keep up the lessons. Oh, just to let you know, these are my NFT photos. Forgot to say so. But enjoy, and like I said, till next time, have a good one. Peace and blessings. Keep up the lessons.